Hey everyone, I'm TeachPine and this is my bow guide for Strife. The game is in version 0.2.27 and bow is this guy here. It's a character of Strife obviously, and he's a tank. And I was thinking, what is a good way to build bow? And I had three different ideas. The first one is obviously going full tank, just as much survivability as you can. The second idea was going for a cooldown tank build, where you try to reduce your cooldowns to use your skills more effectively. The funny thing about that is, within a rage, you can reduce the cooldown to 5 seconds, and the cooldown starts as soon as you trigger the skill. However, the skill has a duration of 4 seconds, so when the skill ends, there's 1 second you have to wait until you can use it again, which is pretty cool. And the third way is power tank, where you go for where you trade some survivability for power and therefore damage. And that can be a really effective build, because yeah, you can deal a lot of damage while not being too squishy. However, I want to do a full tank build here. The reason why I'm not going for a cooldown tank is because I could not find a build so far which works pretty decently. Because the problem is, if you're going for cooldowns, you're not getting as tanky as you would go if you would get if you go for full tank, obviously. And the problem with that is you cannot really abuse the fact that you can use your skills more often, because yeah, you're not live long enough. The problem is you need a lot of mana and mana regeneration to use your skills, and in combination with the cooldown reductions items, you're not getting as much tank items. So yeah, you can go for power tank. I will probably do another guide on that, but for this video I will go for full tank, so I'm trying to get as much survivability as I can, more or less, basically. So okay, let's talk about the skills really quick. The first skill of bow is the bow throw, where he throws his staff. What's going on here, guys? Yeah, that was a bow throw, you saw there. What is Haruk doing? Well, interesting. He took a lot of damage. So yeah, bow throw. It can hit multiple targets. It can hit every target up to 2 times. It deals damage for each hit, and it slows the enemy. It's a really good AoE slow, and that's the main reason we use it later. In the beginning, however, it's a decent way of harassing. So if you're in a lane where you're able to harass, because your enemies can't heal that much and are squishy and are getting in positions where you can do this, basically, it can be a good idea to actually level the bow throw. However, I have other plans in this lane, because my Rook is getting pwned pretty badly. I will go for the third skill, the Tranquility Totem. You don't want to level the bow throw later. If you're not harassing, you don't want to level it, because it will increase the mana costs, and will only increase the damage a little bit. And when you're not going for power, the damage increase is insignificant. So you don't want to level that later on. However, if you're in a good lane where you can harass pretty good, you might want to do that. Okay, the Tranquility Totem is a healing totem. It heals percentually to your life. So at the highest level, 3.5% of your life. Scales with power, by the way, but will not go for power, so not too important. I think I level really quick the healing totem, actually. It's one of these rare situations where you want to level that really early. Most of the time you don't want to, because it's not worth it in the laning phase. But if you and your teammate are getting harassed pretty badly, and we do, it's a nice way of healing up again. However, you should not place it somewhere where they can kill it like that, because it gives some gold and EXP, so yeah, try to avoid what I did there. Late game, it's the second priority skill to level. What is late game the first priority skill is the least important in the laning phase. However, you should at least once. It's in a rage. You when you use it, you're starting to glow red, and for 4 seconds you get a movement speed buff. And after these 4 seconds, you will hit everyone around you, which will... I placed it badly again, did I? Well, it kinda worked. You will hit everyone around you, which will deal some damage, and more important, stun everyone for up to 1.75 seconds, which is quite good for an AoE stun. So that's your main CC skill. And you want to level that in mid game really quickly. So skilling with bow is pretty situational. In the laning phase, you take what fits. If you need healing, you take the healing totem. If you need harassing, you need to take the bow throw. If you don't need both, you just skill your inner rage to get it up quickly. And yeah, that's the basic skills. Your ulti is a ball rush. You charge forward and push everyone who's in the way. Yeah, you push everyone away, basically, and you do some damage. If you push them in a wall, you will deal extra damage and you will stun them for a second. So a good use of your ulti can be very effective. So yeah, that's the skills. Okay, trying to survive this lane here. It's not going too great. Okay, now I have the totem on 3. I normally don't do that, but in this lane where my rook is getting hit, getting poked so hard, and me as well actually, I think it's a good way to do that. Ugh, so much damage. Well, I'm bad at dodging, so that might be the reason. Okay, he missed. Good. Okay, obviously you level your ulti whenever you can, speaking on level 6, 11 and 15. Oh, I did not put my items in here. So item-wise, you need I want to go for a lot of survivability. So what we need, so what we need is a lot of hit points and resistance. The best way to get survivability is to combine hit points and resistance, because they synergize with each other. So the problem is you cannot get resistance, speaking armor and magic armor, due to basic items. So you cannot craft items which give like tons of resistance. There are, however, some items which give decent amount of resistance. So what I did is I looked for items that give resistance and crafted them with hit point components. And the first item I choose were the Everwinter Charm, which is really good because not only does it give 10 points in armor and magic armor, or 11 if you have crafted it and get the common buff. In addition to that, it will give you an active, which is an AoE slow and damage skill. And yeah, we can't do anything. Oh damn it, I hoped for the last hit there. And the idea behind that is, you have a lot of CC, true, but if you're going full tank, you go where you please. And this means you will get in a lot of spots where you have a good way to of... Let's try to get that Moxie and end the sentence afterwards. Okay, I survived. So you will get in a lot of spots where you can... What? Oh, wow! That melody. Well played. Didn't expect that. Should have gone back. Okay, so you're getting a lot of spots where you can use your skills or your CCs, and you actually get in too many spots. You get in more spots than you have skills to use. So there will be a lot of spots where you want to use a CC, but all your skills are on cooldown. So it's really good to have another CC in these situations. So you will see me using that Everwinter Charm really often, because it has really low cooldown as well. So that's quite nice. It's not like a minute cooldown or something. It's like, I think it's 20 seconds. So I crafted it with a mana crystal and 2 hit point charts. the idea behind that is you need... I mostly go for hit points, but you need some mana. Wow, we're getting destroyed here. You need some mana. Because you want to get all your skills off in a fight, right? And your skills are quite mana expensive actually, so you need some mana. You could go for mana regeneration, but I don't feel like it's worth it really, because you can get mana back with out of combat regeneration anyway, and just increasing your max mana a little bit seems to do the trick, at least for me. If you have other experience, you can adjust that, obviously. So I'm not going for mana regeneration, but I'm not saying that's totally wrong. There are situations where I wish I would have mana regeneration, but they're rarely so. So yeah, that's the only mana component I have in my crafted items. It's a mana crystal. It's a big mana item, basically. I will probably... Oh, I am able to save him. Do something like this. Nice. Oh, one shot, one shot! God damn it. Rook did not try to kill him. Let's put down a healing totem here. Okay, Vermilion got him. Good. But now Vermilion is in trouble, kinda. Now I am in trouble, kinda. Especially because I'm out of mana. No, worked good, worked good. Everything's fine. Nice, okay, let's head back. Well, that was decent. That was a pretty good turnaround, actually. Oh, Vermilion got killed. Ah, that's too bad. I hoped he would survive. So yeah, as I've said, I will focus on inner rage now, so I'm leveling this. I'm pretty bad on gold right now, so I'm a little bit behind in items. They have a lot of mana, so magic stuff, so we'll go for magic armor first. Okay, next item in my list is the Iceforged Plate. Or let's talk about the Guadian Helm first, because I took that right now. It's just the best magic resistant item, magic armor item in the game. So I took that and stacked it, crafted it with full hit points components to give me more tankiness. In addition to that, it will heal magic damage over time. So if you take magic damage, it will heal it back, which is quite nice against poke. But more important, the 42.8 magic armor with the common buff. I think it's 45 probably, or 44 probably if you have 100% common buff in the crafting. So over 40 magic armor, let's put it that way. So, okay. They're trying to push mid pretty bad, I think. Not sure where they're going now. I think they're going top. So let's try to go there. They might go here. No, they're going bold here, yeah. Right. However, I cannot stop them on my own. So if my team is not coming, I will not do shit here. Nope. They were not. Okay. So free ball here for enemies. Well, this game is not looking good right now. Not over though. We can turn this around potentially. So yeah, all my other items are built fully with hit points. Another one is the Iceforged Plate, which is just the best armor item in the game. And it reduces attack speed of guys who are attacking you, so it helps against like a Vermilion who is trying to focus you down. And the fourth one is the Golden Protector, which is another good armor item. You can swap that out for another item you prefer though. It's not that important for the build. Sometimes I don't even buy it. It looks like a fight up there, so let's get there. Someone should protect bottom, but I don't know who, so... So they're fighting without me. However... they got mullet. No, they did not get Molody. I'm a little bit late. Oh, I don't have jump boots yet. I cannot jump over that wall. Spring boots. That's the name, right? Spring boots, yeah. Okay, basic boots. Yeah, I'm getting spring boots. Timing for that is a little bit tricky. You want to get them when laning phase is over, so I'm getting them right now. I'm getting them as a second item. Most of the time, it's that time. After Everwinter Charm, you want to get boots most of the time, not always. If your laning phase drags on, you can try to get another item first. But most of the time, you want to get them as a second item. I go for spring boots. Another good choice would be inertia boots, because they give you a cleans. So if you feel a lot of CC, I actually do. They have a melody. Well, but that's it. They only have a melody. And some slow, obviously, but I don't care too much for slow. So, yeah. Yeah, if you feel a lot of CC, you could go for inertia boots. However, spring boots is really good to bring you in positions where you can use your skills better, especially your ultimate, obviously, which needs good positioning. Or you're in a rage. You can charge you in a rage and then jump in right before it triggers, and this will give you a good shot on that. I should gather with my team, because if I'm not, they will fight without me, and then they will probably get destroyed because they don't have a tank. Hi, sir. Oh, god damn it. I cannot get him. Not sure if Maxi should charge him. No. Oh, who's there? Oh. Minerva. Okay. And a Moxie. We should get out here. Can't do more for our Moxie. She survives or she dies. That looks like dying. Could have put down a healing totem maybe, but that would probably not save her. Too bad. I was late for that team fight because I was farming, which was stupid, because I cannot farm because I'm a tank. I'm not dealing damage. Should have joined that team fight earlier. That was my bad. You should really, it's pretty important. It's a little bit hard by commentating to have map awareness, but with the tank it's actually pretty important to have map awareness and gather with your team. And trying to not get into 3 versus 5 fights. That's not helping. Okay, I'm out of mana, so that's a problem. Okay, where was I? Yeah, other items. There are some situational items you can get. If you have really problems with CC and you're not getting the area boots, or whatever they are called, you should go for Stoneskin, which gives you a cleans as well. Yeah, actually a lot of cleans in this game. 3. You can get the one of the pets. You can get the boots and you can get Stoneskin. So, interesting choice by the game designers there to put that many cleans in the game. Okay, so yeah, if you have troubles with CC, get Stoneskin. Wow. They're destroying us pretty badly. I think my ultimate was okay, however I was stunned too long, so maybe I will go for Stoneskin, I'm not sure. I really need magic armor though, I'm getting destroyed by these mages. Moxie and Melody are dealing tons of damage. So yeah, Stoneskin is one of the situational items. If you need... Let's show it to you really quick, Stoneskin, there. That's that one. If you need magic resistance... why can you not do stuff while you're in the shop? That's so annoying. Okay, if you need magic resistance, you need... You could go for Dampening Cloak is the name, I think. Dampening Cloak, right? It's a really cheap way of getting magic armor. Or you can go for a little bit more expensive but more effective Barrier Token, which is really, really good magic resistance item actually, magic armor item, because it doesn't give as much magic armor as the Guardian Helmet, but I think it's the one with the most second most magic armor. Nah, Dampening Cloak has more, but okay, third most, but it's more effective than Dampening Cloak anyway, because of the active or really active passive it has. If you take magic damage, you will get a buff for 2 seconds, which will reduce the magic damage by a pretty big amount. Let's check that really quick. Before taking magic damage, you reduce magic damage by 30% for 2 seconds, which is pretty awesome. So this is really good against nukes. So if you have a problem with mages, like I have right now, you should get that. So I might get that after the Guardian Helmet, maybe. not the worst choice. I mean, it will be hard to turn this game around, but we can at least try, right? So yeah, I probably go for barrier token actually. But let's check that after I got my Guardian Helmet. Okay. So what else? Yeah, that's for magic armor. Dampening Cloak and barrier token. Boots at minute 18. Wow, I'm so underfarmed. Okay, let's see. Do we want to get in here? Not really. I'm too late. Okay, if your game is going pretty good and you're in late game and you're really tanky and you think, okay, I'm tanky enough, I want some damage now. There are actually two choices you can take. I was thinking about jumping there, but I misclicked first and then I saw I can reach it without jumping, so I saved my spring boot cooldown there. So there are two choices for be a little bit more offensive. A little offensive, and a lot of hit points is Giant's Visage or Visage, which will give a lot of hit points with the basic recipe. So if you're not recrafted it, it has a lot of hit points. Let's show it to you really quick. I'm talking about that thing, and it will give you power based on your hit points. So if you have a pretty good build and have a lot of hit points, it gives like 30 or 40 power, which is pretty good for one item. No, don't chase. Don't chase. Someone should go bot. We don't want them to give Syndera now, though. That would be terrible. Let's try to stop. Wow, I'm taking so much damage. Incredible. But I got out, okay. Fight was not going good though. Okay, what I was trying to do there was to stop Hail from raping my team. It kinda worked, but then I got stunned again. And maybe I should go for Stoneskin. I really need that magic resistance. However, I don't need... Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Let's re-evaluate that after the Guardian Helm. If we get that anyway, we don't get any money. So yeah, Giant's Visage is a good trade-off. You get a decent amount of power, and you get a lot of hit points, which gives you more tankiness. If you want to go really more like even more power, you can go for the what is it called? Inferno Brand, which gives with the basic recipe a lot of power, 27. And some hit points, and it gives you this burning passive around you, which deals a decent amount of damage, and you're in the middle of the enemies anyway, so you are able to abuse that pretty badly. So let's see. That Melody has to die. High Vex. Oh, I missed a stun, damn it. Ooh. Let's charge out of the way. They did not get Melody. Oh, damn it. Too bad. And enemies got Baldia. I know Moxie is chasing. Not sure if this is a good idea. Well, if he's not dying, I think it's fine. So yeah, Inferno Brand is one of the best damage items on bow, I think. So if you're going for more damage in the late game, you can pick that up. Actually, in this game, like most of the things, you have almost everything is situational. Look what you need and decide afterwards what you take. It's true for items. It's true for skills. So okay, now that my NRH is maxed, I will go for the Tranquility Totem, because leveling the bow throw will just increase the mana cost basically and increase the damage a little bit, but not worth it, right? So let's. Yeah, we're getting raped. Problem is I was in a kind of bad spot. The problem is if I'm running in the enemy team and Hale is running in my team, and that was the start of the fight, we're losing because Hale is doing damage and I'm not. And my team is not able to take out Hale because he's pretty fat. So I have to kind of stop Hale from raping my team. The problem with that is that I got killed pretty badly in that way, and my team was not able to take someone out. We're in a bad spot there actually. But the main problem is they are way better farmed and fed, like as we, so we're probably losing even if we're doing a good positioning fight here. Wow, that Moxie just exploded. Oh, nice juke! Let's see if we can get the Moxie. Now we should not chase. Okay, Rook is chasing. Whatever. Oh. God damn it. Didn't realize Hale would jump away, so I put down a healing totem, but it doesn't matter actually. Is Rook now flaming us? Seriously? You should have not chased there. Well, you just wrote thanks. I'm not sure if that was ironical. It might have been. I don't know. So, however, okay. I think we covered items. Another thing are obviously pets. As you probably noticed, I'm using Bounder with the dash. The main reason for that is I only have Bounder and Razor unlocked. And Razor is not that useful on both. So I'm going Bounder right now. It's not that. The dash can help you to get in a good position, similar to the spring boots. We should get out of here. They're probably doing Syndera in a second. But we cannot really... well, we can try. But we would need our Hale, I think. We cannot fight 4 versus 5 here. We could go for Bold here. They will get Syndera anyway. Cannot stop them. I think they're going Syndera. I'm pretty sure. So let's at least get Bold here. We should have gone for stopping them from Syndera, but we would have done that. We would need Hale for that, and Hale was way off the map. So let's go. Now they did not. Okay, never mind. Now they did it. So I decided going for Boldier is at least something we get, because we cannot stop them 4 versus 5 there. It's not gonna happen. They're too fat. They will just destroy us. So yeah. Not sure if this was the perfect decision, but that's my thoughts on that. Okay, yeah, for pets you can go for Bounder. It's not terrible, but probably better choices are Tops or what's the other one called? Give me a second. Pincer, right. Pincer gives you a cleans, which is quite good. And Tops gives you a slow. You have to check the passive abilities, which one you like more, and yeah, it's a little bit of personal taste. And obviously, depending on your pet, you can adjust your item build a little bit. Like, if you have a cleans in your pet, you would probably not buy the cleans boots or Stoneskin, because you don't need 2 cleans most of the time. Okay, what do I want to talk about? Yeah, actually 2 things. Okay, there's one combo you can use. Oh gosh. We're so screwed. Yeah. I couldn't do much there. I just jumped out, basically. Yeah, we're done. Okay, there are 2 things I want to talk about. There's a combo. If you use your ulti without pushing the enemies in wall, like means without stunning them, it's a good idea to charge your W first, your inner rage, to get a stun up, stun down after your ulti, which is a really good combo. I think I did not use it in this match, but you can use it sometimes. And the other thing is, how do you use your ulti? There are multiple ways. You can use it to protect your carries, which is a decent way. Like, if someone is running at your carry, you're standing next to him, you push him away. Can work. Depends on the situation, actually. If your team is if you're losing because your team is getting killed by a bruiser like Hale, and he always, or Minerva, and they always kill your carries, that's a good way of turning that around, or at least trying. And if you don't have that problem, you can play a little bit more offensive, and you can initiate running into the enemy team and using your ulti to create chaos and separate them, and in a perfect situation get their carry out of their team into your team, and he explodes there, obviously. So that's the ways to use your ulti, mostly. And if you can, try to push them in the wall because it stuns them and deals extra damage, but yeah. So that's my full tank guide on bow. I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably do a power tank guide on bow later. It's probably right now the better way to play bow, actually, just because Dragon Shield is totally broken right now. Totally OP. But full tank is a good build as well, in my opinion. If you have a team that can abuse the fact that you're totally going havoc in the enemy team, because you can go where you please if you're tanky enough. In this game, I was obviously not so tanky because we were totally behind. I did not get any gold. But if you're getting decent gold, you get really tanky and you get indestructible. You can move wherever you want. You can use your skills really perfect in the... Yeah, you can do whatever you want with your skills. And your skills are really powerful in terms of CC, especially your stun and your ulti, obviously. And that's the power of the full tank build. And if your team can abuse the fact that you're using your CCs really good, then full tank build can be really effective. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on bow. Thanks a lot for watching. Have fun, and see you next time in the arena of Strife.